Ben, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Michael, thank you very much. Again, thanks to everyone for putting together the FLC Energy webinar series today. Proud to be a part. So we'll jump in here just by way of background today. My presentation is going to be probably a bit more of a sales pitch, if you will, just probably an awareness of a facility that similar to some of the other FLC labs, one that exists that's maybe got a unique spin to it. The Battery Innovation Center is actually, for folks who haven't heard of us, and we find that more often people have not at this point, was founded in August of 2013. We're located in southern Indiana. We sit actually right outside the west gate of Crane Naval Surface Warfare Center. I know we had one other representative from Crane on the phone. We were actually originally set up as kind of a center of excellence to work directly with the Navy and the other armed services in looking at advancing power technology, energy technology for them, partnering with commercial industry, looking at how do we militarize some of that product and vice versa, how do we take some of the warfighters' needs today and go out into industry and find capabilities for that. Our mission, since that time has not changed. Unfortunately, through the basically the 14 into 15 time frame, due to a lot of different reasons, one of which being the passing of the original founder of the Battery Innovation Center, we have transitioned to what I would say today is about 99.9% commercial facing, with still a focus, a great relationship with Crane, our next door neighbor, assisting them and working kind of hand in hand with them on technology along the way. Our mission, though, again, has not changed, but maybe more the focus today has been on developing, testing, commercializing next generation energy storage systems, help making those safe, reliable, and lower cost. Again, today partnering mainly with industry. We've got a great technical relationship with the DoD and also the DOE, and then a large consortium of academia partners, both here locally and I would say globally as well. The kind of the unique features, by way of intro, the BIC is a public-private nonprofit, so kind of very unique in this space. We're one of the few labs that operates as that public-private nonprofit, formed with input from state, from academia, from a ton of industry partners like General Motors, Delphi, Allison, Lilly, Rolls-Royce, Cummins, Caterpillar, Interdel, A123, among others. Again, along with the Navy and other resources, to really have this unique collaborative environment. Today, we work on projects for other companies. What makes us unique, unlike maybe some of the other labs or academia, there's definitely different ways in which they interact. We try to be kind of small, fast, flexible, agile, helping break out a lot of that bureaucracy or structure, if you will, looking more at focusing on fast-tracking the development cycle. As a public-private nonprofit, the other thing we don't do is we don't hold any patent rights. So we don't get into licenses, into royalties, into trying to putting that together. So any of the technology that we develop on behalf of a client or even in collaboration with a client, they own it fully, which is, again, very unique in this space, that we don't claim any rights to that. We assign 100% fully to those clients that have us do those statements of work. So we think that's unique. And then being our military, kind of having that military service background, we are an IP secure, ITAR compliant facility here with all of our data and our techniques and equipment, everything locked down, kind of a multi-badge in, badge out, state here. Today offering advanced cell manufacturing, everything from coin cells to single layer cells to 18650 and then multi-amp hour, multi-layer pouch cell and prismatic cells, up to about 5 to 10 amp hours, depending on the technology. We also do 21700 supercapacitor, alkaline, zinc air, among other some of the other technologies capabilities as well. We also do test and validation, and this covers everything from cells all the way to systems. If you came in, you would see individual cell cycling, and then if you went towards the back of the facility, you would find large vehicle batteries, shipping container batteries, full of batteries, very, very large multi-megawatt hour battery systems being tested here. We have a full AC microgrid system where we're able to take on everything from home energy systems up through large multi-megawatt community energy storage systems. We also been working a lot on cybersecurity. The security of those assets, the controllers, has been critical, and we've noticed, I would say, on the grid side versus the automotive side, we have come to find a lax, if you will, in a lot of that technology that could cause it to be used in an unsafe manner that I don't think was originally intended. So helping companies focus on securing their technology further. And then one very unique asset is hopefully everyone on the phone is familiar with Underwriters Laboratories. You may have seen about 2 years ago an announcement for UL BEST, the Battery Energy Storage Technology Test Center. The BIC is home to the UL BEST. So if you look up the capabilities of their on the website for Underwriters Laboratories, that is actually housed here at the BIC. Their facilities, their employees, alongside our equipment is housed here. So again, kind of a testament to the capabilities. And then we do a fair amount of research and consulting along the way, helping materials, process safety. We've done a ton of work on facilities, everything from where a site is selected to how it's built to the infrastructure that's put in place, the training of the employees, all the equipment along the way. We can help with an entire soup to nuts. Competitive analysis, again, as we don't produce our own technologies, we're producing for others. We do a fair amount of, kind of that consumer reports model, helping sort through the data sheets, if you will, to really get to the good information. We daily hear about energy storage breakthroughs. Ironically, we're here to help our clients sort through and find the ones that are actually legit and that they can utilize. And then finally, again, as a public-private nonprofit, we have the education side, which is we provide a large education series for our clients, both our members and our non-members as well. One unique thing about the BIC, I would say that, again, it kind of adds to why we're a public-private nonprofit. We are focused entirely on the business. While the technology is key, our job is to help our clients take their technology, get it over the technology gap, and get it out into the market to identify markets, to identify applications, to make those marriages and those network connections, if you will, to ensure that technology gets going, that it's purely about the business and less about the tech. Yes, you have to have the tech completed in order to do that, but we're trying to find those that we can fast track and get over that hump. Kind of a breakdown of the capabilities on the advanced cell manufacturing side. We've got 3 large, less than 1% relative humidity clean room, dry rooms that we conduct. Those are broken up into kind of the 3 areas of advanced cell manufacturing. We have both small batch and large batch mixing and small batch coating happens in one of the large dry rooms. And the other one is where we handle all of our coating technologies today using, deposit coating or thin film deposition coating. We also, with some of these battery techs, today we are working with companies to do spray-based technology. So we're actually spraying batteries, creating 3D, if you will, 3D object batteries, doing vacuum deposition, along with some other mechanical depositions of advanced battery materials. So again, going beyond the traditional, roll-to-roll coating that most people are used to today. Today, all utilizing commercial cell manufacturing equipment from everything from prototype to pre-production. The intent of this facility, as we continue, is again to offer that gap of how do we take it kind of out of the lab and get it to market as fast as possible. With the idea being here, proof of commercialization that we can, and we've already proven this multiple times with our clients, where we're able to take what comes out of this lab and go deliver it to an A123, go deliver it to an LG, go deliver it to a Tesla or a Facebook or someone like that, where it's ready to go from a technology standpoint and they can scale up in quantity. As part of that, some of those technologies are still evolving, and while I said the business side is the key focus, R&D, material and process development is probably where a lot of those start out. We find a lot of materials we hear are ready, or we see a lot of information that they say, hey, we've done it once, so we're ready to repeat it. Unfortunately, we found that most of the time in the repetition and in the scale-up, there's a lot of things that were not understood. It's not as simple as step and repeat. So we do a fair amount of work helping get those materials ready as well. That's probably where the largest portion is. In some ways, working on the equipment and adapting it but most of the time it's been that material and process development. On the test and validation side, on the battery test and evaluation, again, we do single cells all the way up to large systems. Today we have about 3.5 megawatt of DC charge and discharge capability today. We actually have 6.5 megawatts available to us here at the facility, both in and out of the building. We're actually going to be putting about another 1.5 megawatts online in the next 30 days, which will allow us, we believe, some of the largest charge and discharge capability anywhere in the United States. We have now north of about 400 channels of cell cycling. Apologize for the misinformation here, but yeah, we've got a multitude of channels, everything from high accuracy, multi-voltage to, again, high current, high voltage as well, handling altitude, humidity, thermal and environmental chambers. We do have two large, we like to call these boom rooms, but we maybe lessen that a little bit, call these EHS level rooms that allow us to do controlled fire, explosions, some very gnarly testing. Anything that is larger than that, we can actually work with Crane next door. We do have a site agreement with Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane in order to anything that goes above and beyond our capabilities we can take there. But handling crush, propagation, drop, external fire, shock, nail penetration. One of the unique ones today is what I'll say is laboratory grade cell dissection. We can take anything from a single cell up to a large battery system apart, all the way down to its fundamental materials and do complete analysis. We've completed that for some of the largest and well-known names, in the world as far as users of batteries, where we've identified materials that were not supposed to be in the batteries, assembly errors, things that were not relayed during the design that unfortunately caused some issues. Some of the unfortunate, what I would say, relevant battery events that have happened in the previous couple of years with cell phones, drones, with some of our other devices. The BIC was a portion of helping do that forensics. On the microgrid side, handling, again, we actually have now 7 energy storage systems that are all interconnected here internally. We're actually working to put 2 more online, so we will have 9 energy storage systems that compose everything from a Tesla Powerwall all the way up to a large LG multi-stage, multi-megawatt hour battery that allow us to communicate with those, interact with those. We can push and pull on the grid, do some other very unique things along the way. The advantage here is kind of a plug and play. You can bring in any sort of anything that interacts with a grid energy system, and we can plug and play that, in that environment. And as I said earlier, working on cybersecurity of all those devices, everything from the smart meter to the DC storage unit to the inverter to the controller, we handle and work with those. On the applied research and consulting side, as I said, a fair amount of facility and processes and design, helping with industry best practices, a fair amount of safety analysis and auditing for people for either the products that they're buying or the products that they're deploying or that they're selling. On the battery management side, I've handled a lot of work assisting folks with ensuring that their battery management systems are on par with the balance of their application. Module pack and system design, again, kind of across all the target areas there. On the competitive analysis side, we also get into test equipment. Within our facility, I would say in virtually every piece of equipment, from cell analysis to cell build to test to validation to AC side, we have at least 2 competitors. The goal here was that we can also help you learn the differences in what the equipment that you're running your product on, how it does impact the results of your test. And I would say in virtually every facet, even especially in testing, it's very ironic to show people the nuances that we can find between a Macor, a Bitrode, an Arbin, a Digitron, a Chroma unit, some things that they maybe are not familiar with, how it's impacted some of the results of their tests, both positively and negatively. Battery components as well. Today, working with several materials companies on advanced fireproofing materials. I would say that's probably the one to disclose. We do have some materials today that we've tested that are showing, and in fact we were reviewing today, the capability to actually extinguish a lithium battery fire. And yes, you did hear me right, not control, not suppress, not stop propagation, literally stop the reoxidation of a lithium fire today. So we'll be working further with our client on that. But again, a technology that they're looking to be able to deploy to battery users in the near future here, a capability to include this within your packaging system that you could literally stop a lithium fire. The other one is from the education side, probably relevant to everyone, and I think is relevant to the industry. We feel like there's a lot of misinformation. I feel like there's a lot of old information. We feel like in a lot of ways there may be a lot of bias industry-wise. It seems like, anything that is battery, if there's a fire or some event, it seems to make national news, even if it happened in, little old southern Indiana. It seems to make it into a California paper, which we find ironic. So we've been really trying to spread the word about, about really what's going on in batteries, where they've come from, where they are today, and where they're headed. Most of that has been through our battery short course. It's a 3 to 4 day session, depending on whether we're running our quarterly open courses that you can check us out online and reserve there, the open seats. We also do customized courses for a lot of our clients where we cover everything from chemistry all the way through to field service and warranty. It's everything in between, packaging, the build up, all the different chemistries, validation, testing, again, the entire soup to nuts. It is a 24-hour, trust me, exhaustive course that folks go through there. When you come out of there, if you don't know anything about batteries, you're going to have a really, really good understanding. If you are a battery expert today, you're going to come out of there hopefully understanding a lot more things that maybe you weren't aware of, or getting to see processes that maybe you have not seen in person before or been a part of. We think it's very unique because it's a combo of training plus labs. So we're actually making sure that people get to go through all the labs, and they also get some training as well. You can see there as well, we offer some other unique courses on DC high voltage fundamentals, along with some customized training. The very last one, I talked through some of the strategic alliances, UL and NAVC. Is we also incubate clients, and I'm just about finished here. The Bright Volt is an incubation opportunity. They were a company that we worked with doing advanced chemistry. Today, they are actually scaling up within our facility. So we can work in kind of 3 ways with clients, which we think is very unique. We can do the work for you under a statement of work. You can come in and collaborate alongside of us, and we will fill in the gaps with equipment or resources. We also have some of those that come in and choose to utilize our facilities in full at a very elementary rate, if you will. They have access to anything that they could need, and then we provide oversight or insight if they need it at request. So again, very unique from a lab standpoint that we can operate in one of those three environments. The very last one here is just, unfortunately, I can't show our clients, our total client list. In total today, we work with north of about 100 clients, everywhere from some of the largest social media giants out there to the largest e-tailers, to the largest automotive companies, to some of the biggest startup automotive companies, to a few of the ones that allow us to list their information here today along the line. So that was all I have to share. I'll open it up for any questions.